This was not a great one.
Yeah, no LaMelo, no Miles Bridges, no Nick Richards, no Larry Johnson, no Alonzo Mourning, no Muggsy Bogues. I mean, they didn't have anybody today. But for some reason, this Knicks team, they come up against these young, scrappy, gritty teams, and they have a lot of trouble. I mean, how many times did we see the Charlotte Hornets grabbing offensive rebounds over the Knicks, the 50-50 balls, the hustle stats, the turnovers? They kept this team right in it, man.
I would think that the Knicks wanted to come out a little bit more inspired than how they came out against Dallas. And look, they couldn't hit the broadside of the barnyard in the last game, but you would think they want to get the course corrected. I didn't like how they started the game flat. Just for like 3 quarters, it just felt like there was no continuity. There was no rhythm. Defensively, they were out of sorts. Offensively, it was just like no one was on the same page. And look, you're going to have games like that. But still, like, I just didn't feel enough of the effort. And that didn't shine through until the fourth quarter, until you had Duce McBride closing this game with the starters. And it was at that point that you start to see the aggression, the hustle, and everything that we're so accustomed to in years past from this Knicks team. So nice to see that it ended that way. But for 3.5 quarters, man, this is not what you want to see from the Knicks team. I get that a win is a win, but look, there's some concerns, especially on the defensive end, man. You just want to see this team play better because this team, the way that it's constructed, has larger aspirations. I just didn't like how they were out hustled, as you pointed out. I didn't like how it just felt like there was no continuity, no rhythm at all through this game. This is stuff that they can work out, but we're at game 19 at this point. I'd like to see a little bit more there, especially on the defensive front.
Defensively, man, it's an issue. It's definitely an issue. Like, yeah, look, yes, this is a professional NBA team, and a lot of these young guys are fighting for their lives. Like, all that sounds hot. But for a team that wants to be a legitimate contender, like, there's no excuse for this, man. Like, they should have came out and stepped on their necks early. This should not have required full 48 minutes of starters and closing. You got 40 minutes from OG Anunoby, 41 minutes for Josh Hart. These guys should have been enjoying their Thanksgiving break, but they had to earn every bit of this one, man, because it was an uphill climb for damn near 3.5 quarters.
I'm watching Mikal Bridges over here, inbound a pass, and he's still it hasn't crossed the line. Like, what are we doing here, man?
Yeah.
You just turned it over after the Hornets just scored before the half, and then you give it again to them so that they can score again. Like, it just feels people are asleep at the wheel, man, and we can't be having that, because the thing is that, consistency makes habits, right? And habits are hard to break.
Yeah.
If you're consistently playing tough-nosed defense for the entire 82 game of the season, it's not going to stop once you get to the postseason. You can't take breaks during the regular season and be like, we'll turn it on at this point of the season, or turn it on when it really matters most. It doesn't work like that, man, because your mindset's not going to be there. So I just need to see that change. That's what I need to see change, man.
Yeah.
We should not have been in a close game with this one. Like I said, I get that a win's a win, but it's got to be better than this, bro.
For sure. And I just showed the play there. I just showed the play there, and it's just I immediately jumped on Twitter. I was like, yo, what's up with this guy's energy? And speaking of Mikal Bridges, bro, he found himself planted to the bench on the fourth quarter, rightfully so, because Duce McBride outplayed him. And every time, whether it's the Utah game or this game, he got sat down for guys who were giving better effort on the defensive side, better energy. What Steph say to us when he came on a couple weeks ago, we talked about Bridges. His tenacity has to be more nasty, man. So, after the game, they asked Tibbs and they asked Josh Hart, and those guys are going to bat for their guy. Like, we understand it. Josh Hart saying, listen, this is a new situation for him, and, everybody's complaining and they can't do what he do. All that sounds hot. But at the end of the day, he's not impacting winning. It's not even that, like, I could wait for the buckets to come around. I could wait for the shots to fall later.
Absolutely.
But there's still things that you can do, like not turning the ball over and handing the guy the ball to give him points to close the half. Or how about just better effort on the defensive end? Or how about not letting the guy crash the boards over your head? Those are things that doesn't take chemistry or adjustments to do to help your team win. He's not doing that.
Facts. These are all facts. And look, you want to know who's a good example of that, CP? Last year, January 1st, who joins the team for the first time? OG Anunoby. Doesn't know the playbook. What does he do? He impacts the game both ways, offensively and defensively. We've seen this before where it doesn't take much. All right, it just doesn't. Duce, who was trying to figure out his offense last season, right? Think about the progression that he had over the course of last year before we got to the playoffs and how needed he was against the Sixers for his offense. But
Yeah.
you know what always stands out is his defense. As soon as he joined this team, defensively, you just saw it pop off the screen. You saw that he was willing to compete and fight. And I just need to see that. And it's not even just Bridges, man. It's everybody.
It's
You know what I mean?
everybody.
It's everybody at this point because it's not just one person. One person defensively is not going to change everything. It's
Yeah.
defense. I get it's a team game, but defense is a collective. If someone's slacking, it's going to hurt everybody else because now you got to rotate, because now you got to play extra, because now you got to be out of position. And then what happens when you're out of position and you cause your teammate to be out of position? It gives an easy basket for the opposing team. We just can't be having that, man.
Yeah.
And so stuff of that nature, it's just stuff that can be corrected, and it needs to get corrected sooner rather than later. Brunson in that fourth quarter. Can we talk about this fourth quarter for a second?
Yeah.
Because
Let's
in
talk about it.
under 7 minutes, all right, he scored 11 points, shot 60% from the field. Okay, like he was getting to his spots. He knew what he needed to do, man. And then he still like he didn't even rack one assist. Obviously, he was passing during those times, but
Yeah.
still, the fact that he just knew, all right, it's
Go time.
I gotta take over.
Yeah.
This is the captain, man. This is what
Captain.
you want from your captain, where you say, hey, I've gotten everybody else involved. I've been trying to get everybody involved. This is just reading the game and saying, you know what? It's getting too close for comfort. I'm the captain. I'm the leader. I'm the guy who closes in crunch time. It's time for me to take over. It's time for me to get this job done. And that's exactly what he did tonight. And so, look, man, Brunson's a dog. I'm liking this. I like to
Yeah.
see this side of Brunson, right? Took him some time to figure out how to balance the playmaking and the scoring. Now it seems like it's all coming through. And tonight, man, look, still an ugly win, but this is the stuff that you want to see out of your top dog.
Laurie on the Discord, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yeah, you guys hear me?
Loud and clear, man. Happy Thanksgiving, man. How you feel, bro?
Thanksgiving, yeah, happy Thanksgiving. Listen, man, we won the game, which is great. You know what's funny though? It's like
Yeah.
I called in like 6 months ago, and
Yeah.
I remember after the trade, and so I went on Instagram right now, and obviously, you know, when you clip that up, obviously it had like the most views because obviously the algorithm loves me. But it's
Yeah.
like everybody goes there, everybody go there, they're trashing me, and they're, so I'm just like I literally be going one by one. CP update, update.
So you're
update,
commenting
update.
on all the comments on that reel when you were there was a reel that we put up a couple months ago when you were complaining about the trade, 5 picks. So now you're going back on a sorry Ari campaign.
Absolutely, 5 picks and a pick swap, all
Yeah.
4 unprotected. The 5th one is the Bucks pick, top 4 protected. Anyway, listen, man, I'm hearing a lot of like, oh, you know, it's hard to fit in. You know, he was the one option, now he's the 4th option. So why are we trading 5 first-round picks and a pick swap for a 4th option, right? Here's the deal, man. This team mortgaged the entire future. Thankfully for Brock Aller, he got us Karl Anthony Towns
Yeah.
for Julius Randle and kept us under the second apron by $300,000. Good for him. But now we have no draft picks to trade, and we have no basically trades or capital where we can improve the team significantly. So this is why it matters. This is why Mikal Bridges got to play better basketball.
Yeah.
OG was terrible today. I thought quality. I need more from Towns also, man. There's a player a G League team. 19 points is not going to do it for me.
Yeah.
Like I think today the energy was whack overall. But like if we're trying, like this is a championship or bust timeline. We have 3 years to make this happen. We have no way to improve the team because we gave up all the picks for a 4th option. Who, let alone, it's not even the offense, man. It's the defense with this guy that's so alarming.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't even need a pick. Like people are breaking him off the dribble without even a pick, like one-on-one.
Yeah.
He is showing no energy, like your tweet said. He can't hit a shot. And the only thing Tom Thibodeau did well today was keep Duce in the game, who actually played well and deserved to play.
Yeah.
But if this team doesn't, this is not like the COVID Knicks where it's like you take these moral victories, right? Like we're trying to compete for a championship. Boston's nice. And we gave up everything. Bro, people don't understand, man. If we don't win a chip within the next 3 years, okay, within this window, then it's going to be a 10-year rebuilding process because we don't have any picks. It's going to be a 10 years tank, develop, and win, right? So this is a lot is lying on this, man. And I'll land the plane here, bro. I'll land the plane here. It's like with Bridges, man, it's like you need him to impact he's due a big contract next year, right? You traded 5 picks for him, so you can't move him to the bench. You can't bench him continuously, because then you devalue his trade value, right? That's like a sunk cost fallacy idea. So that Tom Thibodeau needs to figure out how to make it better for him. He doesn't have to be a superstar, but he has to play really well. And if he doesn't do it, and the Knicks don't get out of the first round or the second round, then Tibbs might be in some trouble, man. But I'm not taking I don't want these moral victories, bro. This is a championship win team. I have no draft picks, bro. I have no draft picks. Get it together, man. I'm serious. It's on you, Tibbs. But happy Thanksgiving, guys. I appreciate it.
There you go.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Ari, rate that call in the chat, man. And you guys on IG, welcome to the call rating section of the show. 1 being trash, 5 being facts. Was Ari on point there? Do you guys agree with his statement? Right now, he's going back to the KFTV IG to air out his haters that were going in on him for being out on this trade.